Psycho-Aetheric Alchemy is a new series of smaller paperback books by David Chaim Smith. And I've got 6 of the 7 volumes of this series over here in front of me on the table. And the 7th volume has just come out, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on this fantastic new series by David Chaim Smith. So you probably know David Chaim Smith's work previously from his Lightning Flash of Aleph series, which is a beautiful series of gigantic hardcover books with these incredible diagrams inside that David Chaim Smith creates himself as a work of cartography. Actually, his work of cartography is described quite meticulously in this 3rd book, Metacartograph, in which he goes into quite a lot of detail to talk about how he realizes these diagrams, these images, which he, well, those of you who know David Chaim Smith's work, you'll know that he refutes the idea that these are art in any way. They are diagrams of an experience, and not his interpretation of those experiences. They are direct one-for-one descriptions of his experience. And so he also points out that these maps or diagrams are not necessarily illustrations of what's going on in the text of his books, but rather similar information or information in the same direction, just in a very different format, just to appeal to a different part of the brain. Now, I've been steeped in these books for the past week or so, just in order to get a general idea of what they are really, which is going to be quite a tall order to try and describe. David Chaim Smith is a contemplative mystic, and these works really are the results of his contemplations and his way of extending the ability to contemplate to a wider audience, an audience of people who may be interested in the life of a contemplative mystic, or who at least would like an insight into the kinds of realizations and realities that a contemplative mystic deals with on a day-to-day basis. Now, this series, it's, having read his Lightning Path of Aleph series, which are, they're big fat books that take a lot of time to digest. These take just as much time to digest, folks. And actually, David has explained to me that he will not be releasing any further books after the 7th book that has just come out. He's not going to be releasing any further books for a little while, just to give both himself and the wider public time to digest, time for all of this to percolate and to come to fruition, as you can see, all the different books have got slightly different styles. All of them are just jam-packed full of his diagrams, just in different ways. Sometimes it's a whole book of just text and then all the diagrams in the back. Sometimes the diagrams are alongside the text. Sometimes they are related. Sometimes they are less related, and so on and so forth. But my experience of reading these is that it's a very strange experience. I have to admit, it seems to work on deeper levels, right? The level of direct understanding of the text is that the text can be understood on a surface level, but it seems to do things in the background, and those things that it does is just simply to put one in a closer relationship with the ultimate grounds of reality. I can't really think of a better way of putting it. If you think of the aims of tantric Buddhism, I think these kind of reach for those same ultimate aims, just with the language of Kabbalah. In fact, let me see, which one was it? I think it's this one. Transfiguration of the Mind's Eye, which kind of relies on the reader having a good understanding of Kabbalah. It doesn't matter if it's like the Hermetic Kabbalah or the Jewish Kabbalah. He does nevertheless assume that you know a little bit at least about each of the 10 Sephirot, but that's probably not going to stop anyone who's not familiar with the 10 Sephirot. It's the only one out of the 6 that I have here, right? That does kind of assume prior knowledge. That doesn't mean to say that the others are a breeze to read. They do mean that anyone can approach them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be just a walk in the park. Hey, Contemplative Mysticism 101, a general overview. No, these will kind of put you into contemplative mysticism. I really don't know how else to describe it. So the books are paperback. I guess they are print on demand, but they're lovely. I have to really say, let me just zoom right in. The quality of the prints are fantastic. Let me just give you an idea of what's going on there. Yeah. There's really absolutely nothing wrong with with the quality of the prints. It reminds me a little bit of the quality of some children's books that are similarly printed on paperback, but with a high emphasis on images, and so therefore the quality of the pictures has to be very high. Let me just zoom right in on this. This quite a large picture on quite a small book. You can see in relation to my hand, and you'll be able to see that. Yeah, the writing is perfectly visible. There's no kind of blurriness. Some of it may be a little bit small if you're getting a little bit older like me. You might want to get out your magnifying glass or your your mobile phone with a slightly bigger, or should I say, more powerful telephoto lens, kind of thing. But yeah, there's really absolutely nothing wrong with the quality of the images. Just extraordinary, really, absolutely extraordinary. So I just want to say, first of all, congratulations to David for these fantastic littler books, more approachable books, possibly on several accounts than the Lightning Flash of Aleph series, just due to the fact that they're shorter and therefore a little bit less intimidating going in, right, than the big fat Lightning Flash of Aleph series. Much less expensive, of course. Each one of these is $22 on on David Chaim Smith's website, and worth every penny, really. Do you need every single one of them? I mean, the answer is, I mean, do you need any book at all? My answer is, if you're going to buy them, I'm going to say that having the whole series is a wonderful thing. I've got them all in the wrong order there. I'm going to say that Psycho-Aetheric Alchemy was the first book in this series, and it was. I'd say that's the one that really opened my eyes to what the series was going to be, I guess. Let me see. I've got them all in the wrong order now. Just a moment. Okay, I'm back. So the first one, as I was saying, opened my eyes to what the series was going to be. I enjoyed the second one very much. I would say if you're going to get only one, the metacartograph is the one that really describes David's process of creating these diagrams, very, very profusely illustrated. It's a little bit thicker than all the other ones as well. If you're really into Kabbalah, Transfiguration of the Mind's Eye is the one to go for. The practice of deep vision, I think, was the one that had the deepest metaphysical slant. Having all the images in the back, however, wasn't quite as comfortable, as enjoyable a read sensorially as the others. But the information, the text itself is, it's very powerful stuff, and those images in the back are just fantastic stuff. And then Passing Through the Dream Membrane was actually the last one out of the six that I engaged with, and I'd say that it's probably on par with the first one. I mean, they're all fantastic in their own right. The final one, the number 7, which I'm not reviewing here today, is about practical steps for the contemplative mystic. So I think that number 7 is going to be really, really exciting as well. All in all, just a really fantastic series. And what's cool is that you can just pick one up, and if you enjoy it, you can go for the next one. You don't have to go all in, straight in from the start. What's really nice also is that David's got a number of different retailers listed on his page, which I'll link down below. For of course, if you're in the US, the cheapest is going to be to buy it directly from David. If you're in Canada, then Anathema Publishing are carrying these books. In Europe, it's Cyclic Law. In the UK, it's Watkins Books. And I think that's everything. But anyway, I'll link David's page down below so that you can go and check out all the different places where you can pick these lovely. I don't know what to call them. Is monograph the right word for this? If I knew exactly what the word monograph meant, then I'd use the word with more confidence. But yeah, they're certainly beautiful paperback books, very, very beautifully produced from the author, right? And clearly, this is his entire life. It's and there's a lot of love and care that's been put into these, and it really comes across. There we go. I hope you enjoyed the review. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, click the like button if you haven't done so already, and then subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.